In this video, I'm going to talk about why Terence Crawford and the monster Naoya Inoue are very similar. This is a response to something I got on the internet where someone said, very nicely actually, it was a really pleasant comment, but they said not to compare them. And to me, I think they're the only two people you can compare to one another. So let's watch the groovy intro and expand upon this point. So Terence Crawford, I believe, half-baked research is on an 11-fight knockout streak. Naoya Inoue is on a 6-fight knockout streak. But there's an outlier because it was like the Nonito Donaire performance came and he almost stopped Nonito. And it really, he's really also on a long knockout streak. And the thing with Inoue and Crawford is when they hurt you, they're going to stop you. And they're very technical fighters who are able to make quick adjustments and have a tremendous amount of power. So when they adjust, they're also going to land huge power shots. I think that one big issue for a lot of people is they don't want to wake up early in the morning and watch a fight at 4 in the morning on the West Coast, maybe 7 in the morning on the East Coast. They just don't want to watch a Naoya Inoue fight, not based on interest, not based on the color of their skin, based on sheer laziness. They don't want to wake up. They don't want to see this fight because if it's not coming on at a time that's easy or readily available to them, they don't want to take that extra step. And I understand it. I'm lazy to an extent. But that doesn't mean you can't say a simple fact that I believe is true. Crawford's a great fighter. Inoue's a great fighter. They're both great. Now, you could have a preference on which style suits you more. I think for me personally, I'm more drawn to the Crawford story arc because I saw Crawford come up through the top rank system, fight all these great fighters, keep the same team around him, and kind of also be so humble. People that have been around him, smaller YouTube channels, get access to doing Crawford interviews because he's humble. He never forgets where he's from, and there's a level of humility amongst Crawford being the greatest fighter that it really feels like anything is achievable in the sport of boxing, whereas Inoue feels like a superstar boxer who, at times, to me at least, comes off as very arrogant and not approachable at all. So, vastly different personalities, but the results are very similar. They're dominating in weight classes to the point where both Crawford and Inoue, if you're going to make fights in their weight class, you almost look at it as that's not fair. We got to ask Crawford to go to 54 or 60. Although it's not fair with Crawford because I think deep down inside, every boxing nerd wants to see Crawford versus Jerome Boots Ennis, but we know how boxing is. Older fighters don't typically allow the next Hall of Fame boxer a chance at fighting them. Ennis, I just want to see become great, so I'm excited for when he gets his opportunity in the future. That being said, very, very unique position to be in for both guys, and I think they're both really, really good fighters, and I think that what we're going to see for the next 2 years is Crawford and Inoue holding down this position. And I think that Inoue is going to get to such a point that we're actually going to see Gervonta Davis at some point fight Naoya Inoue because Inoue is going to be on these lists so much. And even if people are like, oh, he's not good, they're going to be aware of him. They're going to see the knockouts. The guy's not a hype job. Terence Crawford is not a hype job. These guys are treating world-class opposition like they're nobodies, and that is something special. Let me know in the comments what you think of this video. I am friggin' tired.